He's also telling me about Tom. Who the hell's Tom?
Oh my God.
Guy I dated. Don't do this.
Don't come to a meeting if you got secrets, honey. I don't know what to tell you. All right, she says, don't do this. This is my job. First of all, I have to tell you this. When I'm connecting with your dad, he's saying to me, Matt, I wasn't supposed to die like this. I wasn't supposed to die like this. And that's what's so tough with you, is that he said to me, Matt, my daughter keeps going back and she keeps saying, if I knew my dad was going to die, I would have spent more time with him. I would have done this. I would have done that. That's what he's bringing up. Your dad tells me this. He goes, Matt, please tell my daughter I didn't think I was going to die, he tells me. That's what he tells me. You know, your dad got sick out of the blue when I'm speaking to him. And when I'm connecting with your dad, he goes, Matt, I wasn't feeling good for, I want to say 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He goes, but I'm saying to him, well, what happened to you? And your dad keeps saying, well, I thought I had a cold, or I thought I had the flu. I never thought that I was going to be this sick. And then all of a sudden, I keep seeing his body shutting down when I'm connecting with him. And then he just died.
Yeah.
Your dad wants to let you know one thing, okay? He said to me, what's so crazy is that there's a big factor here about him going to the doctors. Were you trying to get him to the doctors?
Yes.
And he said to me, like, I feel like he died on like a Thursday and was supposed to go to doctors on the Friday, like something like that.
He died on Friday. He was supposed to go to doctors on Tuesday.
Okay, there you go. Because he said to me, I had the appointment. And he kept saying to me, I thought I could make it to the appointment. That's what he keeps showing me. How crazy is that?
Very.
So know that it's his way of letting you know one thing. He said, Matt, please let them know that I didn't lie to them. Because you question over, was he telling me the truth? Was what he was telling me factual? Your dad saying that it was. He said to me, but Matt, he says, you need to let them know that I also was just overcoming an illness right beforehand, he tells me.
Yeah.
He says, so I thought it was just from that. I didn't realize this was something new.
Yeah, exactly.
He also tells me that internally, I'm going to be honest with you, I felt like your dad had a blockage when I'm connecting with him.
Yes.
And he said to me, Matt, please let them know there was no way that I was going to be able to survive this or make it through this. He's also telling me about Tom. Who the hell's Tom?
Oh my God.
Who is that to you?
Guy I dated. Don't do this.
Don't come to a meeting if you got secrets, honey. I don't know what to tell you. All right, she says, don't do this. This is my job. So, wait a minute. Are you like, did you reconnect with Tom or something? Because he's telling me I have to say this name.
Oh, stop it. My husband and I split for a few years, and I dated a gentleman named Tom, and then we got back together 5 years ago. My husband and I did. And he didn't like Tom.
Does it make it better that in heaven he saw what you did with Tom?
Oh,
No.
But that's your husband's sense of humor, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just whispered to me and he goes, I hope he was worth it. He goes to me this. You all didn't know what you were coming to tonight. He says to me, Matt, can you please let her know one thing? He says that even though you had that time apart with one another here in this world, he said to me, Matt, that's what I needed to realize how much that I loved you.
yes.
Because I'm going to be very honest, your loved ones tell me the truth.
Yes.
And he also says to me that, Matt, she did not want to split up with me, he tells me.
No.
He goes, it was all me.
Yes.
He said, and the tough part was, he says, I did this. He goes, and Matt, he goes, I got to be honest with you. He goes, that was a part of my life that I wish didn't happen. He says, because not only was I separate from her, but I was separate from my daughter. And he wants to let you know that. He keeps saying to me, Matt, he says, you know, sometimes things happen for a reason. Because I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. He says, and I know that we were put together for a reason. He says, we were put together because we were meant to stay together. And even though you had that breakup and that separation, he tells me this. He says, Matt, the moment that I lost her, he says, I realized that I lost my life. He says, and your husband's going like this. He goes, Matt, you're going to understand, that was big for me. He goes, I didn't admit shit when I was here, he tells me.
Yeah.
He goes, I kept everything a secret. I kept everything hidden. He goes, I never tell you how I really felt, but I had to do this today, he said.
Thank you.
So he says, please let her know one thing. He says, please let her know that on the other side, I am watching over her every single day. He says that I'm watching over my daughter. And the same way that the two of you were together and had this love with one another, and then life kind of pulled you apart, you met Tom, and then all of a sudden you were put back together, and it was as if nothing happened, except for Tom.
Yeah.
Please know that your husband said to me this. He says, Matt, he goes, I want my wife to know that that's what's going to happen one day when we reunite in heaven. He says, we're only taking a break right now. He says, so please know, he says, that same way that I lost you and I realized how important you are, you feel like you're going through this with the death of your husband.
Yeah.
Because you say he was a pain in the ass. How could I love this man?
Yes.
But he says to me this. He goes, Matt, he says, we had each other's type of love.
Yeah.
He says, so please let her and my daughter know that every day that goes by, we're together. He says, even though it might seem like we're far apart, he goes, I am with you through every milestone, through every step, through every moment that you enjoy and celebrate here in this world. He says, and I want you to know that every day that goes by, my soul is here, I am with you, and I am safe and at peace.